Palestinians are uprising against Hamas. Extraordinary footage has emerged from Gaza today showing thousands of Palestinians marching through the streets and chanting, calling for an end to the terrorist group's rule of the region. Palestinian civilians have finally realized the evil of Hamas, shouting "Hamas are terrorists" down the streets. But we haven't seen any of this footage on mainstream media outlets, with this commentator saying, "Before posting this video, I waited 14 hours for BBC and Al Jazeera to air it. They refused. Why? Because it shows Gazans furious at Hamas terrorists using their hospitals as shields, chanting loud and clear, 'Hamas are terrorists.' Yes, that supports Trump's plan to crush the Muslim Brotherhood forces in Gaza." And to the clueless protesters in New York and London, do you still think you understand the Middle East? Think again. Israel and the Arab people now stand side by side against the rapists, the radicals, and the lies. And this commentator agreed, saying, "Massive crowds of Palestinians have taken over the streets of northern Gaza, chanting, 'Down with Hamas. We've had enough, Hamas.'" I dare the New York Times or Mehdi Hassan to report on this.
يا جماعة الخير، أنا طبعا خلصت الحرب وتون حماس تهجم علينا.
This is Uday al-Rabbay, a 22-year-old Gazan who protested Hamas's rule. The day after he recorded this video, his family said he was brutally murdered by the terrorist group that rules Gaza with an iron grip.
مسكوا وعذبوه وجرحوا جسمه بالسكاكين ومفكات ومبعطينه 100 تبعيثة في المفكات وفسدوا 100 سكينة وفي ظهره. والله ما وعد قسما بالله الولد 22 سنة، والله 22 سنة طفل يعني.
Uday was known for speaking out against Hamas long before October 7th attacks. He was against the way they rule Gaza. He was against the October 7th attacks. He thought that Hamas unfairly took this decision instead of all the Gazans, all the civilians of Gaza. So he was speaking up against that. When protests erupted against Hamas last week in Gaza, Uday saw an opportunity to challenge them again. Uday went to a crowded coffee shop in Gaza City, stood up and began shouting against Hamas, sparking a small protest inside against Hamas's rule. Hours later, Hamas, Qassam forces imprecise, sent 30 armed men to his home. They dragged him into the streets, tortured him in most brutal ways in front of everyone in the street.
بجميع جسمه السكاكين المفكات والدم نزيف، والله يستقيم منهم، والله مكسرين اصابع ايديه والدها.
وبعدين رموا جثته عندكم بالبيت. كيف عرفتوا انتوا اللي صار؟
ما رموش في البيت، من فوق هدفوه من فوق كأنه الثامن يا استاذ. ورد عليا يا حبيب قلبي.
Uday's story hasn't made international headlines. There are no viral hashtags or candlelight vigils or statements from Western politicians or celebrities. But inside Gaza, people know his name.
والله الله من فوق ذاك ما برضى الله ولا الرسول. يمسكوا مسلم تضرب مسلم يضرب جرح وبقبته في المفكات ومكسرين اصابع ايديه، والله ما في شيء ثالث. والله شفته على نعش، والله شفته على نعش الموت. يا خيرت علي بدي اموت عليه.